Hi, welcome back. Yes, I'm still speaking about the diaspora life, what I've experienced living here in Canada. And today I just want to speak about fear. How I've noticed that a lot of people are fearful of getting out of their comfort zone. Some of people, they've been here for a while now, some is 20 years. So they want to go back home, or you want to go back home, but you have fear and because of wrong information or misinformation, people are afraid that maybe if I leave, I go back to Africa, I will suffer. Or if I go back to Africa, I'll do worse than what I'm doing already here. So this is some of the things I have also gone into that mindset of maybe if I live here, I won't have enough money or to take care of myself, or I won't have enough money for retirement, or I won't be able to live a life that maintain the life that I'm living here. Whereas what I've noticed that some of people back home in South Africa and Zimbabwe are living a better life than what people are living here. So people are doing well. Some I've met, I actually met more successful people back home than here, though there is stability here. But fear can lead to depression, fear can lead to just imagination of things that are not happening. So I just wanted to mention and talk about this fear that people are that end up depressing them and end up making them live a life that they were not created to live, or just live a life of slavery, being enslaved with your own mind. So I was reading this book, Think and Grow Rich. So it speaks about the six ghosts of fear. The six ghosts of fear is that the first ghost of fear, the fear of poverty. As I was talking about, that you fear that if I get out of where I am now, if I come out of United Kingdom, even though I'm tired of living the same environment, the same situation, but people are fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of if I go back home, what are people going to say? I'm a loser, I'm a failure in life. I remember my mom, that was one thing that she always used to say, that she's a failure in life. And I used to tell her, no, don't say that. But I think the mind can make you start thinking like that, not knowing that maybe it's just a transition. It doesn't mean that you are coming back home, you are a failure, but you have sometimes accepting defeat is actually winning than trying to carry on in a life that you're not receiving your full potential. The fear of ill health. So this is the Think and Grow Rich on page 202. So he speaks about there are six, and this is the third one, the fear of ill health. Ill health comes also like, if I go back home, will I find healthcare? Will I be able to find healthcare? Not realizing that people are dying here because of cancer. People are dying here because of depression. So though they might have the healthcare that they have, but people are dying of similar. I've heard, I know back home people are dying too, but here people are dying of lifestyle. I've heard a guy died at 32 because of a stroke, maybe overworking or over depression, suicide. These are some of the things that are coming here. So you might say that there is healthcare, which there is, but you're not even eating organic food, so it comes with other sicknesses that come through because of the lifestyle you're living, or your blood pressure. You work too hard over time, money, the lifestyle, right? The fear of loss of love of someone, yeah, you feel like if maybe your partner doesn't want to go back home, or someone who you care about does not support the idea that you want to go back home, or you want to move to a new state, or you want to another country. You cannot be confined to one country. There are other countries that you can go and stay. Some people, they migrate to Jamaica. Some they go to I hear that their retirement. So why should you only think about leaving the country that you are in only through death or through retirement? You can relocate. They say you are not a tree that you are not you can relocate. You are not a tree that you should be stationary, right? So yeah, the fear of loss of love of someone is one thing that makes people get stuck. They're afraid to come out of relationships that they're not happy in, because they feel like, if I leave him or her, how am I going to survive? How am I going to live? So the fear of loss of love of someone, yes, that is a very big fear. The fear of old age. The fear of old age comes with, as I was saying, as a financial advisor, if you want to get rid of this fear of old age, is how to you start now by planning your retirement, right? Planning your old age and finding ways to know that, how do you buy properties so that you can get rental income, or how do I invest my money in whatever it is that you decide. But just being afraid of getting old and trying to it will not go away. We will get old regardless. So some fear that if they get old, they lose their youthfulness, they lose their attractiveness, they lose their value in whatever it is that they put value in, especially power. You might lose power, you might lose a beauty or anything else. So in this age, I don't think that old age should be a big thing. But yeah, you worry that who's gonna take care of who am I gonna be when I get old, right? Who's gonna take care of me, and all those other things. Those are just fears that we tend to think about and fear, but we do nothing about it. So yeah, that's another fear of old age. I met another lady too who said she doesn't want to go back home because she's waiting for a pension. That's a sad state of affairs, because this life we live is not like we're going to get another chance at it, right? So it's like you're staying here just to die. You're waiting to die. So if she had a good, I get what she's saying, that she is staying so that she can get a pension more, but I hope it comes from her heart that she wants to stay, because I don't want to, like, from 65 to 85, 20 years of my life in an environment that I don't want, because the spirit in the end wants to be comfortable, especially in your later years. It's no longer about money, but it's more about how you feel inside. So it is just my opinion, and other people want security more, other people want love. So it goes according to what it is that you want in life. But it's important that freedom is also a very important factor. So even if you want to stay in a country and earn your pension, but then you should then not be afraid of old age, because already you have a strategy for your old age, right? At least she has a strategy. But if you just have fear of old age but not have anything to plan towards it, or to let go of those attachments that you have, attachments to beauty, attachments to wealth and power, then this fear will get the better of you. And then the last one is the fear of death. People have fear of death, that if I'm, like, I was staying in South Africa, I can have a fear of, if I go back to South Africa, there's so much crime and I might die, and or if I go to Zimbabwe, there's no health care, then I might die, right? Or death is everywhere. Death is everywhere. There's nowhere where you can guarantee yourself that if I stay here, I will be safe. You will die of the least. So death is an inevitable experience. So we should live our lives now than trying to avoid a situation that eventually will come to pass, right? So this, as I was saying, these are just my opinions, and I thought, let me share some of a chapter that when I read it, it really went into my heart, and realized that, yeah, these are the fears that we experience, especially in diaspora. Once you are here, that you end up stooping so low, because you want to avoid these fears of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. Thank you for watching, and yes, thank you.